for a second. Someone just typed in the chat, we are here for this, the good, the bad, and the glitchy. And I can't think of a better way to characterize this event. The good, the bad, and the glitchy. But you know what? It's transforming my spirit-led work, and that's actually all that matters. If it's transforming your spirit-led work, that's all that matters. We're not going to let tech stand in our way. Not for a second. So we're going to get you guys, this is just going to be part 2, okay? I don't know where exactly I was shut off in part 1, so I'm going to introduce Adam Bulbulia, who is our next contributor in Soul Tingle Spring 2023, okay? Yeah. Let's see. We have Adam with us. Perfect. Everyone is rejoining. Super powerful. Thank you, you guys. Thank you for keeping those connections and those communications open for me so that I know what's going on. I am not doing this collaborative by myself. This is not what building an interconnected collective is all about. We are rising all ships with the swelling tide. Okay, that is what collaborative, the membership that I am building, is all about. We draw strength from the multitude of many, that we are intentionally linking and building navigable bridges between each other and our spirit-led work. That's the point. This is not a monoculture of of monotony. Okay, this is not a one woman show. This is a multitude of many, and we are strong, y'all. We are showing up. We are bringing it. I'm ready to introduce our next contributor, Adam Bulbulia. He's someone I call an unconventional light worker. This means that they have a background in possibly a corporate setting, maybe as like a first responder or a teacher, a nurse, a doctor, someone in the military. It don't matter. It's someone with a formalized education or training out in the 3D world, boots on the ground style, okay? Many of these unconventional light workers, as I call them, they eventually feel restricted in performing their spirit-led work within such institutional frameworks because of the protocols and the processes that are required of them to follow. It results in unconventional light workers feeling called to venture out of this restrictive setting to embark upon their own journey of soulpreneurship, to share their spirit-led gifts and light work with the world in ways that don't hinder their unique flavor and expression of how they perform their extrasensory healing modalities and their spirit-led gifts. Adam has been a board-certified behavioral analyst since 2012. He is one of my favorite living examples of an unconventional light worker to date, because personally, maybe I'm biased. My husband, he is also a behavioral analyst. And so Adam and I connected with the lingo and all of the jargon of that particular field and branch. But you know, our Kismet connections, they went way deeper than that. It was very clear that we were brought together for a greater purpose that transcended that work that he, you know, that was his origin point. He has also studied hypnotherapy and NLP since 2001, and he's certified as a teacher and a coach in process coaching. I can personally attest to the power of working closely with Adam because he was able to bring me out of my overactive headspace and into my heart center in just a few moments of intentional instruction. He holds free monthly classes accessed via his mailing list in the link that we will provide you here with shortly. For those who are in need of the skills and the spirit-led gifts he so effortlessly facilitates. He also offers one-on-one coaching for personal growth, and he helps business leaders and people of all walks of life to center in and live from their heart. Please welcome to Soul Tingle Spring 2023, Adam Bulbulia. Hello, Adam.
Hello. Thank you so much, Jenna. Your inspirational energy is just radiating off the computer. So thank you. Everything for me is about heart and living from our hearts and radiating love. For me, authenticity, empathy, and unconditional love form this trinity or unity. And I my work has, like many of yours, my work has been born out of trauma. I was in a cult that was run by a narcissistic cult leader, and through the liberation from that, I actually got everyone else out of the group, and everyone became free. I discovered how much power was in my own authenticity and in my own heart, and that really gave birth to Heart-Centered Revolutions. Heart-Centered Revolutions is a nonprofit dedicated to making a world that works for everyone through connecting with our heart. When we connect with our heart, we naturally love all those who we interact with. The heart is the organ of feeling. The heart is the organ of connection. And so, in this little time I have with you, I just want to just take a moment to just center in your heart. Place your hand on your heart, and just with each breath, feel this heart center growing stronger. Let it connect you with your whole body and everything you feel. Every breath, you're getting more and more centered in your heart. Every breath, you're feeling yourself and each other more and more fully. And just take a moment to just really commit to this heart center. The heart integrates the spirit and the mind and the body. It integrates them all together. And it goes hand in hand with soul, heart and soul. So it's just good. Thank you. Just continue to feel your heart. And as I talk more, just whatever's going on inside of you, to me, is always the magic and the gift. We have been disconnected from our inner reality. So to me, I've revolutionized from within, and in the field of behavior and analysis, the inner behavior has been left out. The inner behavior of how we relate to our feelings and our thoughts. Whenever we connect with our hearts, we connect with empathy and love. And this connection makes our work fired up with passion, with inspiration, with love and life. So the vision I have is a world that works for everyone. And in my work with autistic and developmentally disabled families, I've been able to create family cultures that work for everyone in families. In my work with the company I started, Bridging Worlds, we've created a company that works for all its employees. And we've have this ethic of how to create a society that works for everybody. And basically, when just like the spirit of Soul Tingle, we lift each other up. We all have gifts, we all have talents, and we support and honor each other's talents, collaborate and work together. And that's the way we create a world that works together. We lift each other up, we elevate each other with our empathy, our care, and our unconditional love. So my work really centers on connecting people with their hearts. We all get lost in our headspace when we're stressed. We all get lost in our minds. When we drop down into our hearts, we can feel the connection. This heart connection helps us in business. It helps us in our personal life. It helps us in lovemaking. It helps us in parenting. It applies to every area of life. I particularly love working with traumas, with difficult emotions, with dark nights of the soul. I specialize in, I have this sort of gift and curse of being able to feel everything. In human design, I'm a reflector, and I can sense where people are, and it's out of that empathy that all my work radiates. I'd be happy to give you a free sample of what I do. I can do it in like 5 minutes, but I'd be happy to give you a half-hour sample, because it's like when we tune into each other with empathy, whatever pain is going on inside of us can be met with unconditional love. Whatever is out of sync can become in sync again. This rhythm of our heart is like a drum beat that literally is what defines our life, our pulse and our heartbeat. And, along with the breath, the along with the lungs, it brings in this inspiration. And I just feel so inspired by this community today, and just want to play with you and dance with you. And so Heart Centered Revolutions is free to join the mailing list. We offer free events, and we're going to be building a network of allies much like this, so we can collaborate, unify, and bring our light work in the service of making a world that truly works for everyone. I've got experience working in the autistic and developmental disabled sector in education. I've worked as a consultant with businesses, and I've worked one-on-one with individuals, couples, and also, uh, yeah, do love group work. And so the area of the heart is very interdisciplinary. It just connects us all. And so, just really want to say again, just that focus on our hearts. When we live in touch with our heart, we live in connection with each other. And I just treasure this connection. And Jenna, thank you so much for opening this space for us. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Adam. I wanted to keep you on for a minute. Like, you're just lighting up our chat box over here right now. I just wanted to let you know that. Like, Adam, you mentioned that you are a reflector in the human design framework, and you're the only reflector I've ever met. And I mentioned that you are my absolute favorite example of a living embodiment of an unconventional light worker. And I just want to clarify for anyone who's just now joining us that whenever I met with Adam last, just on a one-to-one basis, and we were planning our own collaborative process of our deep work together, you could tell immediately, as I've been told reflectors can, that I was like really up here in my headspace because, yeah, like planning a summit like this, it takes like precision. It takes absolute intentionality. It takes process and protocol. It doesn't happen overnight. But you were so in tune with my energetic like unawareness of my own heart center, and you were able to just with a few intentional words bring me back into that alignment, like in real time, and I wasn't even expecting it. And it was powerful, and it was real. I mean, just like those of you who tuned in with Elizabeth and with Karima, who are giving these free gifts just like Adam did over the airwaves of the ether. Like, I want you to really consider, whenever you reach out to Adam and you connect with him on a one-to-one basis or in his classes, that you'll receive access to through this newsletter, that's what your link is today. I want you to really understand what kind of value that's going to add to your life and how it's going to transform your everyday. Because, I mean, you were able to transform my entire frequency in like less than 5 minutes. And your work is powerful, and it's surely felt. And I just want to commend you for the deep and beautiful work that you're doing.
Thank you, Jenna. Yeah. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
like I can hear and feel when somebody's in energetic resonance and alignment, and when they go out. Like, I couldn't give you any feedback, Jenna, today, because you're all in. You're in your, and then it's just like when the heart sings, and when it goes out of alignment, there's this subtle dissonance that starts to, like, I just feel it in my body. And if somebody's willing to, readjust, it's very easy to come back into alignment.
Oh, wow. Like, so wow. Just, I can't wait to join you in one of your classes. And I know that a lot of the contributors that joined us today for part 1 and are about to join us for part 2, like they're ready to tap into your orbit as well.
Yeah.
So
I really love working with really experienced people. That's my favorite. I love people who are already blossoming their work and
yay!
just like tweaking little imbalances. That's yeah.
That's what we do. We're spirit-led light workers of many different flavors and many different sorts.
Yeah.
That's who has been bringing it all day. So I'm just I'm super happy that you're here with us and that you're intersecting in divine timing. It's making my soul tingle, Adam.
Woo!
Oh man, that was amazing, you guys. All right, who do we have up next? Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited about this one. Let's make sure she's in the room with us. Yes, she is. I see her beautiful presence now. Our next contributor, she entered my orbit to intersect our pathways in true divine timing. It was literally days after I completed my final position as a virtual assistant, a copywriter, a social media manager for a high ticket spiritual life coach. She was in this midst. I was in the midst of making sense of how to carve out my own sovereign pathway in this like state of deep, I mean, it was deep confusion and overwhelm, like as you can imagine, like whenever you're employed one day and then the next you're not. And all of a sudden it's like, wow, I guess spirit's telling me it's time to go out on my own because it's what I've been wanting to do for quite some time. So yeah, like this is a divine blessing, but it's really freaking scary, like it's crazy. But this next contributor, like she showed up for me in divine timing, like at that precise moment. Her name is Eva-Lena Andersson, and she hails to us from Sweden. She attended my first live stream in our group Interconnected Collective, and she immediately invited me on her incredible podcast called Heart to Heart. Heart to Heart, it opened up so many doorways of further collaboration for me. Eva was already doing the work that my soul felt called to, like before we ever met. We found that our kindred spirits, we share so many similar interests and loves, and it ranges everywhere between like energetic artwork to ancient human origins. It is truly that vast that we are so kismet and aligned, this soul sistar of mine. We also have both been in this role, this divine role. It's a privilege actually of serving our own loved ones in the 3D world as caregivers. And it's provided us both with this immense heart-centered compassion for others we work with our collaborative insights, with how we conduct our own creative process of intersect and interaction. Please join her amazing Facebook community called Heart to Heart. It is a sacred sanctuary of uplifting light work. It is aligned so deeply with my own Facebook group community, the Interconnected Collective. And I ask you to join me in welcoming the beautiful, the lovely Eva-Lena Andersson.
Well, thank you for having me here, and happy birthday, Jana.
Thank you, Eva. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad to be here, and it's an amazing group of people you have here. Everybody's talking from their heart, and I just love meeting everyone. So,
Thank you.
thanks
Do
for
you
having me
want
here.
do you want center stage or do you want me to stay on with you?
Nah, center stage.
All right. I'll see you in a moment. Mwah.
Yeah. So, hi everyone, I'm Eva and I'm the founder of Heart to Heart with Eva. I'm located in Sweden, and as it is right now, I'm working from 2 platforms here on social media. And one is called Hobby Angel, and that is my Swedish page. And Heart to Heart is my English page. And inspirational service has always had a significant place in my life. And in my working careers, And I have found myself drawn to all these kind of service occupations, and I've been working in stores, and I've been working in healthcare services and spiritual communities, etc. And I'm still working with elder people, so my inspiration in lives or in my life come from meditation, healing, channeling, artistry, and connecting with people, of course. At Heart to Heart, I have come to connect with spiritual people all around the globe through my interviews, and I love to dive into conversations without knowing too much about the one I'm interviewing, since I want to connect from a energetically space from heart to heart. And just listening into Adam when he was talking, I just felt like, yes, connecting from heart to heart. Love that. So, one of my original purposes of Heart to Heart when I started that page was to host spiritual led interviews. And during spring and autumn, because I want to have some space on my own in between. And at least once a year, I'm hosting an event for my guests at Heart to Heart where we come together like a summit. And this season, I will change the settings for my interviews, and it has to do with these collaborations Jenna is talking about. And she is my star sister, and she has this amazing high vibrational Facebook group called Interconnected Collective. That is a high vibrational spirit led entrepreneurs group, and it's amazing. So I like to see, just like Jenna said, this interconnected collective as my twin group on Heart to Heart. And therefore, I will be focusing on collaborations with Jenna and her group and her members there. And I will hold a space for interviews with group connected spirit led entrepreneurs. So this is a brand new way for me to work and a brand new opportunity for some of the entrepreneurs that are in the interconnected collective. So to come on and share their story on social media. So if you want to grow your network and share your story and your work in the spirit community, sign up with today's host, Jenna Pinkstone. Follow my page, and I will look forward to see you in an interview on Heart to Heart with Eva, with me. Well,
I
that
can't
was
wait.
that.
I
Yeah,
can't wait to see some of these spirit-led leaders on Heart to Heart the way you had me on there, Eva. Like that was a transformational experience for me. It was something like truly special that I'm telling everyone right now in our private chat that whenever you interviewed me, you are like a divine channel that extracts this truth from within the person that you are interviewing that they didn't even know existed in themselves. And that was the experience that I had while on Heart to Heart. You hold this sacred space that is so warm and so inviting and so protected, and it made me feel held at a time that I felt very uncertain and unsure about where it was I was going and what it was I was doing. And I'm just so grateful to you and the frequency holding that you're doing in our virtual airwaves of this ether that we are interconnected within. It is beautiful deep work that you're doing that's transcending sub niches across infinite time and space. And I truly commend you, and I recommend everyone get onto Heart to Heart and look at some of the amazing interviews that Eva is doing with spirit-led leaders already that she's been doing for quite some time.
yeah, and I'm looking forward to meet a lot of you here, and I would really love to do a interview with both Adam and Elizabeth, who has written in the chat box here. So I'm looking forward to meet you.
There we go. Oh, come back, Eva. You were
Yeah,
about to say
well,
something.
everybody
Sorry.
else too.
Tell
Well,
me what.
no, I just said I want to meet everybody. not just Adam and Elizabeth, but everybody here. So looking forward to see you all.
Yes, thank you so much. I can already see it over here in the chat, in our private chat between contributors. Like, you're already making these waves. Like, everyone is very lit up by this idea, because I'm telling them exactly the experience that I had whenever I was interviewed by you on Heart to Heart. It was life changing. It was transformational, and I truly believe that these interviews and these collaborative chats, they're paving the way for building that interconnected collective of creating those navigable bridges between these differing sub niches that wouldn't otherwise interconnect. It's so important for the transcendence over this tribalism and this discord that's being woven on planet Earth at this time. This is the light work. This is the spirit-led leadership that we all need to sync up with as the remedy and the anecdote for all of that going on. So thank you, Ava, for your beautiful divine work.
Thank you.
Okay, so exciting. We are coming close to the end of Soul Tingle Spring 2023, you guys. Oh my goodness. We only have, let's see, 3 more contributors. This is part 2 that we went ahead and created because of some tech issues, but that's no problem. It's certainly not keeping any of us from our spirit-led work. Our next contributor is a leader. She is a guide. She is a healer and a relationship coach. She is helping her clients to take their relationships from mundane to mind-blowing. She shares my view of bridging sub-niches for the benefit of all, between that of the high-ticket coaching arena and the spirit-led healing realms, bringing them together in a semblance of synchronicity that truly speaks to my soul and to hers as well. I am utterly inspired by this female coach who has fearlessly held so much space for the men that she serves, showing up also to heal the women as the gatekeepers of such amazing transformations to take place. She is embracing her raw and real authenticity as a mother, as a vibrant woman of great strength, and a dispeller of the dualities perpetuated in both the 3D world and the virtual landscape. Please connect with her on Facebook using the link provided in the chat, and join me in welcoming to our Soul Tingle Spring 2023, Katrina Starr. Hello, lovely.
Hi. Oh my God.
Mwah.
Hi. Hello.
Love you. I'm giving you center stage now.
Thank you, dear.
I'll see you in a moment.
I feel like, hello. I was really close. I don't know. There's something going on with my cameras. So
it's okay. It'll be better once I hop off. Let's see if this fixes.
Oh, Jenna, thank you. That was amazing. So I am backing away from the camera so you don't get the up close and personal here. Wow. It's all about the heart, isn't it? And the energy here is palpable today. And that's, Adam dropped us into our heart really deeply. And so I'm just honoring the space of all of us and how we're showing up. I was tuning in to this space and wishing Jenna you such a blessed day celebrating your birth. And for us all to come together and to be in this place and to play, we're opening it up to curiosity and play and really developing this synergy here. I am working through some of this really sticky, heavy, density in my chest. And as a collective, I know that we are also doing that. We're working to open up and create space to the warmth that's available to us in our hearts. And what really wants to come through is, you know, so many times we're craving that adventure. We're craving these places of like, when do I get to experience? I really want to emphasize experience. When do we get to experience that soul tingle again? When is the next space of, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in a space with ourselves in a certain experience? When do I get to experience that? Where your goosebumps are, you know, on like alive, or it's a certain memory that's imprinted. Like we can feel the textures and the wind and the sun and we remember the smells. Like, when was that? And when will I like have that experience again? When we're alive and welcoming those experiences, it can happen more frequently than we believe when we kind of clear this heavy stickiness. Because the heavy stickiness keeps us down and damp. And that, my friends, is not what we are. We are this vibrant, energetic force of love. Feel that right now. This vibrant energy that is within you, and that craving and wanting this experience, like feeling like you have to get on a plane or you have to go somewhere exotic, or the feeling of like a new car or a new place, a new person, a new invitation. Those things are amazing and great, but that's not what we're actually being called to step into today. In this space of openness, we're being called to actually connect with what would seem mundane or just kind of boring. And so that's what I'm playing with in the upcoming weeks in my private Facebook group, From the Mundane to Mind-Blowing Relationships, is the places that we get to play together. And I want to just speak to one last thing here. So, you know, all those events, all those experiences that we've had in our life, we are connected to each other in various ways. And those experiences that are imprinted into our physical vessel, whether it's a traumatic experience even, or if it's a grief, a loss, whether it's trauma, that's one of my things that I really, really help and shift people dramatically and quickly is being able to address trauma and betrayal in their relationships. And when we actually integrate those things, those amazing things, those really sad things, those really heartbreaking, heart-opening things, what happens is we then connect with everyone else in this experience of life. And it's like, imagine like a network, like a circuit board. And we all have these shared experiences. And the more that we allow our frequency, our design, our vibration, our heart to connect with all of those things and to know that we are not alone, that's what makes the everyday experience illuminate extraordinary, mind-blowing connections. Every day that's possible for each of us. And that is my wish, just from this place here on the Soul Tingle, is that we all open up to that place of, we don't have to do all these extraordinary like things. We can be in our life and fully express and feel that mind-blowing connection and experience within our relationships with ourselves and others. So feel that warmth in your chest. Let the energy open and move and dance and play. And I just celebrate you, Jenna, for bringing us all together here today. And an invitation to all who are here. You can connect with me. I will offer a 20-minute chat, like connection place to just tap into what's going on with you in your life and how you can bring all these normal everyday things and make them open to the mind-blowing experiences.
That's what I love about you, Katrina. There is an epidemic in our spirit-led communities. It spans multiple sub niches. What that is, it's lacking in authenticity, because we feel like to be a spirit-led provider that we've got to have it like all figured out. We've got to be like this, I don't know, like we can't have like these human qualities that make us real, you know? And you just embody that in the most effortless, kismet, perfect way. That it's so relatable, it's so approachable, and it speaks to the power of the work that you do in empowering your clients to do the same. Because without that authenticity, that healing is impossible. And I'm so lit up by you and our conversations that we've been having, and how we have like our little emoji of the spider web, because we're building like this interconnected web that is a vision that you and I share. We share that. And I'm so grateful to have intersected our orbits in divine timing, and all of the work that you're doing. It's so palpable, it's so needed on earth at this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenna. The work that you're doing in this collective is very important and needed, and it is authentically and genuine. And that's what we need.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some of the interconnected pathways that we are facilitating here in real time in this soul tingle, you guys. Like, I'm looking at this chat over here, this private chat among contributors, among our collaborative of spirit leaders. And if this is an experience that you are called to have with me, I invite you to our collaborative. Come join our collaborative as a spirit-led leader. We are building these navigable bridges right now in real time. I don't want you to miss out. We are going to be interconnecting pathways that is going to be transcending sub-niches of spirit-led work. I'm super lit up by what it is that I do, and I'm ready to bring it into your orbit as well. And for a limited time, I am going to be offering access into our collaborative membership for $22 a week. You are going to have all of the stops pulled out for you. I'm offering this because of a birthday special. This is for me, that more than for anyone else, but I'm extending it to our interconnected collective. So we'll be dropping that link in the chat for you to join our collaborative of spirit-led leaders, so that you can get in on the beauty that we are weaving in the world right now. I am so excited. We have 2 contributors left. Okay, are you ready for our next one? She is the owner and the CEO of a spirit-led newspaper called The Metaphysical Times. She features articles and promotional opportunities for spirit-led leaders. She shares my passion for cultivating spirit-led communities and gathering our light work together to make us all shine brighter for this world to benefit collectively from. I want you to check out her website that is going to be listed in the chat, and it will give you access to hard copies as well as digitally accessing the Metaphysical Times. I want you to join me in welcoming to the Soul Tingle Spring 2023, Christy Mann. Hello, Christy.
Hi, Jenna. It's great to see you. Thanks thank you so much for bringing me into this. It's been exciting to watch everybody and get to know and I mean, there have been people, because I've been in the group for a while now. There have been other people that I've connected with. This is like a brand new opportunity to meet all new people.
It's
I'm
epic, is it not? Epic.
it's
Absolutely
epic. It's
epic.
beautiful. It's great. I'm excited to be here. Even if I wasn't showing, I'm like, I'm tuning in because these people are great. Adam, I love you. Let's connect. All of you guys, just reach out. Let's get together, because that's my sole purpose, being a conduit for making those connections. That was why we purchased the newspaper. It was already established, but it was local only, and we took it and have made it open to everyone. We have writers from around the world. We have the UK, Australia. Our team is diverse. We're literally all heart and spirit led individuals coming together to serve the purpose of serving the community as a whole, with information that brings people together in all kinds of different ways, from eliminating fear of the unknown. Um, One of the things that we believe breaks people apart is um, literally the fear of not knowing what the person next to us thinks, what they want to do, what their intentions are. And so we believe that in being able to provide perspectives on practices and beliefs from different areas, from different aspects, from different beliefs, past journeys, or what have you, we open up and fill in the unknown spaces so people can really grasp and understand and really get a better feel and idea of who the people next to us and in the country over from us and in this culture that's different from ours can really grasp onto that and be a conduit for it. So really excited to be here, really excited to see all of the interaction in the chat and all of the things going on and being invited into Jenna's collective to be able to be a part of that and connect those people and connect those people with our people and just really tie it all together, um, with a really tough to maintain view that we can bring an entire world together. Um, we've had people tell us, it's just not possible. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it where you've got people from different walks when they work together, when they collaborate on something, the personal stuff goes away, it disappears. Um, it doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter what nationality you are. It doesn't matter what your race is. None of that matters. It goes away as long as the job gets done, and we heavily promote that. So it's really excited to be here and be able to share that with everybody. Invite you guys into the collaborative. Um, Jenna, happy birthday. Really excited, and 38 was a great year. Um, I'm beyond that one now, so I'm really excited and thrilled that to see you have another rotation around the sun and be able to level up. When I say happy level up day, it's more than just, congratulations on making it another year. It's congratulations on reaching that next level mentally, spiritually, and just in life in general. So thanks. And my son Hobo says hi too.
I see him. Is that who that is?
That is
He's
who that
hanging
is.
out.
Come here.
He wanted to get on camera too. He
Look,
wanted to be part of the Soul Tingle. What's his name?
it's Hobo.
Hobo. Hi,
Hobo.
Hobo. Thank you for joining us today. What a sweetheart. I love Christy. I've been working with her for, gosh, I connected with her when I was still a virtual assistant, you guys. She reached out to my employer to get her featured in the Metaphysical Times. You should reach out to her too to get your spirit-led work featured in the Metaphysical Times. It's a really an amazing opportunity. She has multiple opportunities, not just advertising, but to feature you as someone who is published, as an author, as a provider, as someone who is writing articles and getting their name out there. This is a publication that she is sharing with the entire world. There are purchasers who are, who are connecting and collaborating with her from, countries all over the place. And so if you're really looking to make that global impact and you're looking to get your work out there in a more widespread way, reach out to Christy and see, because she has just like so many creative ideas about how these collaborations can actually unfold and unfurl for your spirit-led work and for hers. So yeah, don't delay on that. We have one final contributor, and it's someone that I'm very excited about. He has asked me to stay present with him on screen. He's actually one of the only ones who asked me this deliberately, personally. And the reason being is something that spoke so true to my heart. And it's a reason why I feel called to the work that I do. And that is because being present with another on not just on screen, but just in their orbit, in their energy field, is what really extracts my magic. If you can't tell, I'm very lit up by the work that I do, and he is as well. He's such a healing frequency to share with our collective today, and I'm really, really excited that he asked to go last. He is in a very different time zone, hailing from Sydney, Australia. He is so much more than a published author and a podcast host and a poet. Harrison Meager is a spiritual love coach and an intuitive healer. He shares his powerful, energetic frequency with those who tune into his podcast and absorb the profound messages of love and poetic connection in his publication, Cosmic Love Antenna. I actually just got this book, and I'm going to feature it right here. I am reading this book. I literally just got it in the mail. And I encourage you to get it as well, because if you have not tuned into his podcasts, that is another intersect that I strongly recommend that you make with Harrison Meager. His publication, Cosmic Love Antenna, his recently released book, is entirely inspired by his transformative podcast. Harrison invites you to let him walk you home to love. I personally have had powerful inner child revelations very recently while syncing my own empathic awareness with his incredibly expansive and healing concepts of self-love and how to access that self-love in the spaces between the words that you use. Harrison speaks with a voice that penetrates your resistance that you hold around your own infinite heart space, while simultaneously soothing your nervous system to then activate your subconscious. And it creates a vulnerability inside of you for the love that you have always innately been to surge through that. It emerges the love that you are effervescently and joyfully into this world, connecting to the love that has always been there for you to readily access. Please join me in welcoming our final contributor for the Soul Tingle Spring 2023, Harrison Meager. Let's find him. There he is.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Harrison.
Good morning, my friend. Well, I feel like I don't have to say anything. That beautiful intro and that description, in itself, I just want to honor you, my friend. And I'm just joining. I'm about half an hour in, connecting to the field, to everyone that's here. I'm really impressed with not just how you're showing up, but how everyone is showing up with their hearts wide open. And I guess maybe that's where I can start here, Jenna, and sharing myself with everyone. You made a very interesting point around me asking for you to be present while I share. And I think you outlined it beautifully, but let me add in an extra piece, because I think that in itself can give a lot of value to everyone tuning in. I grew up as a little boy that suppressed a lot of his emotions, suppressed a lot of his, not just his voice, but his sensitivities. And a big reason for that is because we've grown up in a world where if you're in a male body, you're taught that being sensitive is too feminine, too girly. If you're in a female body, if you're being sensitive, you're too much. And not only is this innately incorrect, as I'm sure every single person here knows very deeply, but when we are present in our fullness, in this case, in our sensitivities, it gives permission for others to do the same. So when we hold intentional space, like you were saying, it allows and draws out that which wants to be expressed, right? And whether we have wounds and stories and beliefs and trauma, as we all do on top, that's important to see. But I've noticed, Jenna, and this is really what I want to encourage everyone to sort of open to, is that force inside of you that wants to be expressed is powerful beyond all measure. And whatever the karma, whatever the wound, whatever the inner child challenge, whatever the ancestral chain, whatever the piece of the day that you're moving through, the power of your baseline bliss or your love frequency or your grace, however you want to call it, your divinity, it doesn't have restriction. It is unbounded. So I share all of that to really encourage everyone here that, while we finish this tingle and as you go out into your day, where can you create that space with the interactions that you have? And, and I get goosebumps as I share this. It's not a gaining of anything. It's not I need to go talk with Jenna and create that. It's not a creating. It's a showing up and being it. It's a showing up and just, as you beautifully said, intentionally sharing your presence with another so they can do the same.
I got soul tingles all over everywhere, and then some, Harrison. I've been connecting to your field for some time, and I think that this event was confusing for many in the beginning stages of me explaining what it was I was intentionally creating and what I was seeing in my mind's eye field of vision. And just having this entire experience play out in the way that it is, and having everyone sync up to co-create that into a reality I can't even express with words. It truly is the space between the words.
Well, let's talk about this. So, yes, it's the space, but let's add something else to this. Let's sprinkle in some more magic here. So, this is something I'm going through right now in my life, and we all move through it, but I'm very acutely learning the lessons of it. And it is the difference between free will and divine will, right? And we have both, right? We have our human free will, where we can choose the life that we wish to live. However, most of us within that free will are choosing from our traumas, our conditioning, our programming, all the things. Or we can open up our heart, we can open up our channel, we can connect to our frequency of love, we can connect to our guides, all the things that we do in our spiritual practices, and we can allow the divine will to move through us. And that divine will is exactly what you just highlighted, Jenna. It's, I need to do this. I need to create this space. I need to make this tingle. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know what's going to be expressed, but I know in my heart, there is something here. there is something here, not just for me as the individual, as Jenna or Harrison, and this is probably the coolest part. There is something to evolve through together. And I want to share this because I have a lot of people in the work that I do ask me about, how do I connect to my purpose, or what is my purpose? What is my spiritual purpose? Why am I here? This is a question we all ask. And I would answer that question in two ways. I would answer that question as, your first purpose is remembering what you are, right? Remembering that divinity, that God, goddess, that divine source of love that you are. That's purpose one. But then once that connection is made, often in that space that's created that we just spoke about, you then have the choice, and this is where the free will and divine will comes in. You then have the choice to export that purpose, export that divinity, export that love to the highest good of the time for the collective evolution. And that's what you did, Jenna.
I am so grateful for you. You're able to discern and to articulate exactly what I've been feeling and have had so much trouble, so much challenge articulating that. And this is coming from my background. I mean, I know you just recently joined us, but I hope you'll tune into the replay. Like, everyone has been talking about my way with words and I have a copywriting experience. I do have a way with words, but I haven't been able to put into words what I have been intending with this event and with all of my work as succinctly and as divine as you just did.
Yeah. And let me give you some love for this, Jenna, because you're not alone in what you just outlined, right? I explained to you, and I share this for everyone watching, in the book that you just so lovingly promoted and showed. For a very long, that book has been inside me for a very long time. You ask my beautiful mother, and she would have said 10 years ago I needed to get that done. And the reason I didn't do it is the reason that you just outlined, is because I didn't think I was a writer. I didn't think I had the words. I didn't think I could put it in the structure that was correct. And I'm using my fingers all the time here because all of those words are subjective. All of those beliefs and stories, because that's what they are, we have the choice of believing them or not. So, I share this for you, Jenna, and also everyone tuning in. Yes, the words are important. Yes, the words hold the frequency. But we need to allow the frequency through first. Right? The frequency is what's most important. The frequency that is in the words, right? I'll give an example. It'd be very easy for me to explain right now everything that I'm speaking about from my mind, from my lower mind, from all the things that I've read, all the gurus that I've listened to, all the YouTube videos that I've watched. It'd be very easy for me to explain all those things and intellectually articulate it. But it would feel very different, right? I'm reading the comments that are coming through. Karima writes, Harrison, your voice births such a soothing, safe space. The reason for that is I'm not thinking, right? I'm not allowing the mind, which we need to love. We don't want to kill it. We don't want to destroy it or push it into a corner. But we need to make the conscious choice to fill our channel, whether that be words, movement, writing, dance, singing, whatever it is. We need to make the conscious choice to fill that channel with our unique frequency. And if we can do that, that's 99% of the work.
I love it. That's so true, because there are so many times when I am, when you get bogged down and there have been a few times in the creation of this event where you get bogged down in that headspace, and it becomes like a work that's not divine, a work that's not aligned. and it starts to feel like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? But then whenever we're able to reconnect and recalibrate into that divine, what did you call it? It's like there's free will and
Divine
then
will.
there's divine will.
Divine will. Yeah.
I love that because it's so true. When I get out of my headspace and I stop the thinking from happening and I simply let it flow, there's a higher sequencing, there's a higher power force that is flowing through us all. And whenever we succumb and we just completely allow ourselves to become the vessel of that, it becomes so effortless, and it looks like an illusion, like we're doing it, right? It looks like that to everyone else.
Let me add in one more tip here, because I feel this is giving a lot of value to people watching. Another way that we can open that state that you just beautifully highlighted, right? Because we all want to be there, that you just described. We want to be there for most of our day. I've noticed one of the best ways to open that divine will state, or open our heart, or, as Adam says, yes, coming from intuition, our heart is so essential, right? One of the best ways to drop into our heart and to allow this state of consciousness forward, I call it your love frequency or your love consciousness, is to love ourselves equally when we are not in that state. So when we do get taken away by the mind, when we do get taken away by our stories, when we do get taken away by the inner child people pleaser, or the inner child abandonment wound, or the inner child, insert all of the things, the way I refer to this as holding the child, right? The way back to our love frequency is through the pain that we're currently lost in, right? So whether that is a story, whether that is a belief, whether that is a karmic debt or wound, the way through is not just through the pain, but by loving ourselves equally in that moment, as we would in the moment where we're expanded in our love frequency.
We are ending on a seriously aligned note here, Harrison. Like you're giving us all soul tingles simultaneously, which is the true purpose of this event today. And for that, I'll be forever grateful to you. I will never ever in my entire life forget this very first soul tingle. And you and everyone today have done so much. Like we have collaboratively interconnected for this co-creation of spirit-led work that really only strengthens and heightens the magnanimity of the power that it is creating for this frequency we are all holding here on planet Earth in divine time.
I could not have said it better myself, my friend. And I'll end with just showering you with some more love here. This is an example of what you have created, that we're all a part of, that we're here together in. It shows the power of our manifestation ability, right? It shows the power that, this isn't the realization of this event. The realization of this event has already happened in your head, in your heart. Right? It already happened. This is second. This is the shadow of the thing that already occurred in your heart. So I guess the last thing I'll leave everyone with is, when we start manifesting from our hearts instead of our heads, right? The head that gets stuck in money and numbers and attachment expectations, rather dropping into our heart space and manifesting from there, there's nothing that's not possible, right? Nothing that we can't do. And if there is a can't, if there is a shouldn't, if there is a I'm not enough, then that's an illusion that we can love and take us back to that same manifestation.
I am so excited. I'm so excited right now. I have no words. There are no words to describe exactly how it is that I feel in this now moment with you and with all of you joining us live for the replay, backstage. We're all in it together. And I will be eternally grateful for this beautiful event. I couldn't have asked for a more exciting, amazing, igniting 38th birthday. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. All right. We had a soul tingle, y'all. We had a soul tingle that, I mean, my soul is going to be tingling for days from this. I am like, I was so nervous like last night and morning when we had our tech issues and I was up in my head space, like rumbling around, like, what am I going to do? Like, there's a part 1 and a part 2 of this soul tingle, you guys. We're on part 2 if you're catching this in the replay. Part 1 will be available as well on multiple social media platforms simultaneously, okay? And please take a look at my feed and my profile for access to all of those. I want you interconnected into our network of spirit-led light work. This is important work for all of us to be engaging in. Is there anything else that takes precedence over this? We are holding a frequency that is like high vibe and intentional. This is something that is calling to you if you are still here for the replay or if you're live, like you are being called for a greater purpose. And I hope that I have represented, I have demonstrated for all of you exactly what it is that I intend with my spirit-led work and how it interconnects with spirit-led leaders and creators and seers and igniters and activators, coaches, consultants, and healers of all kinds across infinite time and space. Like, this is the reason I am here. I am here to feature you in the most favorable of light. I'm here to exalt and uplift you to your highest, most heightened potential that is in alignment with your 3D life. I am here to help facilitate collaborative, interconnected co-creations and networking between other spirit-led leaders just like you in sub-niches that you are likely not frequenting as of now, in realms and spaces with communities of people that very much need your work that you are doing on a daily basis. Like, they don't even know who you are yet. I bet you anything they're on my Facebook group database that I like to call my divine Rolodex. I bet you anything that I can put you into contact with lots and lots of people that otherwise wouldn't know that you're here. There are some very concerning things coming down the pike with, social media landscapes with respect to algorithms and how often your content is being put even in front of your own followers. I intend to transcend that in infinite time and space, not because I'm some tech genius, not because I'm going to like climb into meta and make some like strange alterations. No, I don't need that. You know why? Because I have divine will flowing through me and the work that I feel called to. I intend to interconnect you via different pathways that, we're building bridges to make places that were otherwise not navigable between point A, point B, point C, and beyond. We are doing this together in a membership that I call collaborative. Okay, this is the name of my membership. I want you to join collaborative. I want to work with you personally. I want us to intersect intentionally. I want to heighten and exalt and ascend your spirit-led work into unforeseen spaces that are going to ignite your divine work in divine timing, and put it in front of and give visibility to the people that need what it is that you do the most. Just like I needed these spirit-led leaders that showed me the way when I did not have a path to follow. Like this is, I am aligned, and I am ready to bring my service to you as a copywriter, as a graphic designer, as a video editor, as a course creator, as a high ticket coach content. I bring the best of all of these sub niches because of the work that I have already done, because of the work, not just in the 3D world, not just in even as a virtual assistant, but because of the heart-centered work that I am doing, that we're all doing, if we are intentionally connecting to that divine will that Harrison was just talking about. I'm ready to show up for you in ways that others are charging thousands for. They're charging thousands for it. I could give you example after example of agencies, consultants. You know, I'm ready to bring my work to your orbit in a meaningful way for just absolute, like it looks like a pittance. Is that the word? It looks like mere pennies on the dollar. For $88 a month, you can join Collaborative, and for a limited time, I'm including a bonus. This is my birthday special, you guys. My birthday special, my gift to you on my 38th birthday. You're going to get to work with me one-on-one on a monthly basis for $88 a month, in addition to all of the other features that Collaborative offers. I'm talking about setting up collaborative chats and podcast appearances and just interconnected networks of audience sharing that is aligned and altruistic and that is beneficial to all parties. And it is way, way less expensive than any of these ads that you can pay for on these social media platforms. Okay. But it's going to get you the exact same result. It's going to get eyes on your business. It's going to align those with your spirit-led work in an aligned fashion, in a heart-centered way, to connect you with those who are meant to connect with you in divine timing because of the work that you do and the work that they need, the transformation and healing they need in their lives. So I invite you through the end of March, my birthday month, the Soul Tingle Special. Join Collaborative for $88 a month and receive all of this value and so much more. We're going to be repeating this Soul Tingle as a summit that's going to be very intentional, and it's going to be every solstice and every equinox quarterly. We're going to have 4 per year. It's going to be an event that everyone is looking forward to, whether you are a contributor of spirit-led light work, you know, a leader in the space of this work that you're doing for clients as a consultant or a coach or a healer or a seer or a provider of spirit-led services, or as a transmitter and a frequency holder, someone like myself even, who is always on the lookout for more spirit-led services. Like, we are all in this together. We interconnecting our collective of spirit-led, heart-centered work as soulpers and as seekers of spirit-led services. We are transcending sub-niches across infinite space and time. And I invite you to join us. Join us in our collaborative, and you will see the value that my eyes can bring to your business, because I'm heart-centered. I'm aware. I am here in it for you. I'm here to make sure that your work gets vaulted to that level of the outcome that you're looking for. I'm invested. I'm committed. And I thank you so much, so much for making this the happiest, most amazing of birthdays. So much beautiful work that's happening all within our orbit, and we intersected it in real time. If you're just now joining us here at the end of Soul Tingle Part 2, please watch the replay, Part 1, and the Part 2 that you missed, because there is so much there that's going to be reverberating through the airwaves of the ether for quite some time to come. Thank you for all of you who made this the most amazing event that I could only see in my mind's eye field of vision until we all made it real. I love you. I commend you for your spirit-led work, and I will see you on another timeline trajectory of the now. Thank you all so much. And happy spring equinox. Thank you.